Welcome back to WagerTalk TV. I'm Marco D'Angelo, and I'm your host today. Don't panic. She's here. She's just off camera. You'll see her in a second. Kelly in Vegas joins me. We are going to talk about the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to ask a question from Twitter. Guy wants to know, Kelly, is his LA Rams going back to the Super Bowl? Can they get over that Super Bowl jinx that we've talked about numerous times? It didn't happen last year because, of course, nothing ever happens when it's the Patriots is the case study. They lost the Super Bowl the year before and came back and won, but now it's the Rams' turn. Can he do it?
You're right. We have to throw out that odd man out of the Patriots. We can't use that. Listen, short answer is no. I don't think the Rams are going to go back to the Super Bowl. Listen, 8-1 is what Vegas has them slated at, and I don't think there's any value there. I think maybe a better bet would be to bet them to make the playoffs. We know some of the places here in town do yes, no. Some of the offshores do as well. Listen, Sean McVay, do I think he's done a great job? Yes. Kind of really disappointing in the Super Bowl. I'm going to try to throw just that instance out, but I thought he flat out got out coached. Maybe Belichick kind of found a way around the Rams coaching staff. Jared Goff also in the Super Bowl, not really that impressed with his leadership or his play. Then you have to throw in Todd Gurley. Is Todd Gurley healthy? I don't know. I've read articles saying yes. I was just on C.J. Anderson's Instagram the other day. Follow him because he's an old Bronco. And he's like, man, everybody's sleeping on Gurley. He's 100%. Okay, maybe he is. I'm not necessarily buying into it. Behind him is Malcolm Brown. I know you want to touch base on the guy that they drafted from Memphis because you think maybe he's going to be that second.
I like him. 22 TDs, 1,900 yards rushing. We know that there are some elite running backs in the NFL, but for most teams, the running back position, Kelly, is plug and play. You know, it's the system and so forth. Now, there are the elite ones. We'll see if Mr. Le'Veon Bell goes back to that this year with the Jets. You know, Todd Gurley, when he's 100%, is one of those backs. Zeke Elliott for the Cowboys. But I'm looking at this team, and for me, Kelly, I think the bigger question, you mentioned Jared Goff. Horrible Super Bowl. They only put 3 points on the board, you know, in the Super Bowl there. This is a spot where they had 2 games last year, big games, obviously the Super Bowl being the biggest. But remember that, I can't get it out of my mind, that Sunday night game when they went to Chicago.
And fell flat on their face against the best defense last year in the NFL.
Goff looked like a deer caught in headlights that entire game. Now, we will say there was another injury to this team last year. And Cooper Kupp, I think, might have been even bigger injury than Todd Gurley. You look at Goff's numbers from last year. When Cooper Kupp was in the lineup, Goff had a 111 passer rating. When he wasn't in the lineup, his passer rating dropped to 88. That's a huge difference.
Kind of like how we saw with Aaron Rodgers with Jordy Nelson. When you have that security blanket and it gets ripped out of underneath you, what ends up happening? And when your number 2 receivers are either Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods, life's not so good. You know, this is tough for me. I'm not betting the under 10.5. I do think that they could possibly win still 11 games. They are favored in every game, but 2, which are pick'ems. They do have the toughest schedule, obviously, because they were in first place last year in the NFC West. Bottom line, no, I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl. I would bet no, especially, you know, if I could get some, not laying more than 150 on it, but maybe when I head down the circle later, I'll check it out.
I'll throw one more thing to you. The teams they play this year, yes, they have a tough schedule, but I looked at the schedule from top to bottom, the way the schedule's laid out. Here's 2 things that benefit the Rams, and this is what I like to look at when you're assessing a team's season wins and if they're going to make that yes-no on the playoffs. They catch not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 teams this year coming off a Monday night game the week before they play the Rams. That's a big advantage. You know how teams get up for Monday Night Football, and we talk about letdown spots, and they only have 1 time all season where they play back-to-back road games.
Yeah, I mean, scheduling sounds great. Again, that season win total is something I'm probably not going to touch. As I mentioned, I could see it both sides. But bottom line, this team's not going back to the Super Bowl.
All right. Hey, guys. Are you going to get in any of the contests this year around Vegas? And it's a great year to do it. There's a bunch of them, and we're going to talk about some of those in some of the other videos. But if you need a proxy, I got one for you. what's that kid's name? No, it's Kelly in Vegas. Just a little shout out there to some of the other proxies. But Kelly in Vegas is the only proxy I use. And I've been using Kelly now 3-4 years. No problems. Kelly, just give us a quick, you got a promo for
We
our
do,
listeners?
actually, for all of our Wager Talk clients, video viewers, anybody actually that wants to say, hey, I saw this on Wager Talk, we're giving you $50 off your proxy services for the season. We're also the only other proxy service that offers discounts on multiple entries. So if you enter one at the Westgate, one at Circa, one at Golden Nugget, we're giving the same discount across the board. So really fun stuff. We figured that out this year. We had to do a little recon mission.
Good stuff, Kelly. Check out what I feel is definitely the best proxy service. You can sign up at Kelly's website, proxy.kellyinvegas.com. We'll be back with more here on WagerTalk TV.